Hello and welcome. I was making a rune shopping video, basically a report on how much you can save or make money by buying runes from the Portsarim shop. But I saw there was an update on the server, or two updates, and I figured I would include that in the video as well. The first update was the underground quest items, which I believe are getting nerfed if I understand this correctly. So they used to stop your run energy from depleting, but now they stop you entirely. At least if you watch the clip, this appears to be the case. So you can still use the alking to stall your run energy or superheating, but not a big deal for me since I wasn't using this item or the items. The bigger thing I wanted to cover was the roadmap that was just released. And it basically confirms that the target for the next update is gonna be June 28th, which is in 3 weeks from making of this video. And the update will have elemental workshop, special attacks, the agility run energy change. So the breakpoint will change from every 9 levels. Right now it's every 9 levels, so like 63, 72. And in the future it's gonna be every 6 levels, so a slight buff to agility. And also white outlines on selected items, which is nice. Multiple hit splats and a bunch of bug fixes. There's always the chance that it's gonna take longer than this, but I'm hopeful about June 28th. They've been pretty good so far with the dates they've announced. Even faster. But yeah, June 28th would be nice. Other stuff in this update, they're basically explaining that it's gonna take a while to get update, which is completely fine since it is a volunteer effort and a free service as well. And they're also encouraging people to help them if you have the skills and or the motivation to do it. Another interesting thing is that I was thinking that the next update would be 245, but in this post they are saying that it might be any of these. Basically, if you look at the cache integrity, they're all around 98%, like they're missing some stuff. So we could go as far as 274, which would be like 4 months from the next update. This is after the spec update, by the way. So after the spec update, we might go to the next update, which would be 245, which has insert bank mode and Mauritania. Or we could go to 254, which is Gulfite Queen, I think. Yeah, Gulfite Queen. 270, which would be after Fremenic Trials. So it would have everything, I think, like low altar. A lot of quests and Mauritania expansion, split park as well. Or even to 274, which would have Games Neck and the Horror from the Deep, which adds the God books. That would be pretty cool. So that's probably gonna take a while depending on which update they take next. And yeah, looks like we're sticking to the original dates. So who knows what's gonna happen? It might be faster or slower. Hoping faster, of course, but can't really help it much unless you decide to help, which would help it a little bit. Yeah, that's about it for the server update. And next I'm gonna go to the rune shopping thing, which was supposed to be the whole video. So basically in this portion of the video, I went into the Portsarim magic shop. I chose it because it's in free to play, so I could also go to the free to play worlds. And I figured it would be the least capped shop or least bought out shop since people probably might buy the Warrock shop out when they visit there. And there are a few people camping the Mage Arena shop and the Wizard Guild shop. I brought in a cash stack of 1 million GP and I basically just hopped into every world. I didn't really think about the rune amounts I was buying too much, but I went to 600 on mind runes and air runes and to 750 on fire runes. You could probably buy a little bit more and still make a decent profit. I spent around 20 minutes going to every world, including the free to play ones, and I ended up with 1.7k death runes, 1.8k chaos runes, 3.7k mind runes, 4k air runes, and 2.6k fire runes. Pretty good haul in my opinion. The prices are what they have been sold at currently, so they might vary a bit. We ended up with 800k worth of runes or 790k, and we spent 490k, so we basically made 300k if I sold all of these runes at these prices. Again, it took me 20 minutes, so the GP per hour would be like 900k, but that's not really a relevant stat for this since you can't repeat it right after. And you kind of have to do it at the hours where the server is at the lowest pop, or that's what I would recommend. So I did this at like morning EU time. And yeah, not much to it, I suppose. The rune shops are quite worth it, especially right now when the server population is at its lowest and not too many people are rune crafting, it seems like, especially air runes. You could also buy earth runes, body runes, and water runes, but I don't really need them right now for much. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully everyone's hyped for the spec update, and keep tuned for more content.